Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to take you to see the game in 1957 between Bobby Fischer and James T. Sherwin. This was US New Jersey Open. In the game, Bobby Fischer played with white and Sherwin played with black. Fischer started with e4. His favorite opening when you open with e4 is promote an open game. Because here you can see that the queen and the bishop can enter the game anytime. So Sherwin replies with c5, the Sicilian defense, and knight to f3, e6, d3, continue controlling the center, knight to c6, g3, preparing to develop the bishop this way, and then knight to f6. And the best for Sherwin here is actually to play d5, challenging white strong center, and only then you can play knight to f3. It's not a bad move, but there is a better move. And with d5, and Fischer will continue as usual, knight b to d2, bishop to b6, and here also the bishop can come to b6 without blocking the pawn, and the game continues. Knight to f6, bishop to g2 as planned, fianchettoing the bishop, and bishop to e7. And here, as we mentioned before, the bishop cannot come to d6 square because it will block the development of the d pawn. Now castle by Fischer and castle by Sherwin. Here d4 is very strong, challenging the center, knight to d2, and only then Sherwin can castle. And here we can see that black will have more place to go with the knight, and also developing the bishop or also moving the queen. The bishop can also come to the d6 square. Anyway, Sherwin castle and then knight b to d2. And also it would best to play e5 over here, constricting the knight, because here knight cannot go here. So it can only go to this square after this pawn move. So the games continue, rook to b8. And Fischer note here that Sherwin actually play rook to b8 with his pinky finger, and there is a good reason why, because this diagonal might open up. So moving the rook away, actually moving the rook away from the line of bishop. And in this position also d5 is still better. And now rook to e1, defending this guy over here. Okay, anyway, rook to b8. Then Fischer continued with rook to e1, adding a further protection. Oh, no, not that knight, but this knight over here, adding a further protection, and also preparing to push e5. So should we prevent this by playing e6, preventing adding a further protection there. c3, preparing to break open the center with d4 and e5. So here Sherwin play b6, and I think the idea is here is he want to meet d4, and if it ever and if d ever if the d pawn ever capture c5, then he can open up a file for his rook. But that is not what Fischer has in mind, and the engine recommend play b5. And why is this? If b5 was played, for example, still playing d4, then it is possible to capture the d4. And the game would continue with, let's say, knight takes d, take D, C takes D, and now can open up with A5. And here a very good composition, or you can say that the bishop can be developed here or here, and also white and black has an advantage on the queen side. Can continue d4, and now it is not possible to capture because after capture, and then d5. D5 will be met with e5, which will constrict the black knight. It cannot come here, cannot come here, and it's pretty much has nowhere to go. D4, and then queen to c7 by Sherwin. This is a very good developing move because this file might open up soon, and this also adding a further protection to e5 square. Alright, and then e5. Nevertheless, played by Fischer. So knight to d5 here. So Fischer play e takes d6, bishop takes on d6, and knight to e4. Unleashing the square for the bishop, f6, and we can see that if knight is not here, and if the bishop is not here, so let's say the bishop is not here, so the queen and the rook is lined perfectly on black diagonal, black square diagonal. So this bishop can skewer the queen and the rook, and the game continues. So Fischer play knight to e4 has a multi-purpose move, which is to eliminate the bishop and to bring his bishop to f4. The game continues with c4, and c4 is actually a bad move, but there is nothing for Sherwin to do. Like for example, if he plays trying to save the bishop to e7, and it will be met with c4, kicking away the knight from the defense of f4. And after the knight move, that's knight to f6, and now comes bishop to f4, killing queen and the rook. And yep, and still Sherwin was forced to play c4 so that Fischer cannot push c4 himself. However, Fischer eliminates the bishop with knight takes d6, queen takes, and now knight to g5. Knight to g5 actually moving the attention away from the queen side and directing attention to the king side. And here you can see that Fischer can come with his queen, or maybe here and attack the. Either way, it will attack the h7 pawn. However, according to the engine, this is not really a good move. And also, by knight to g5, it also opened up the attack to the d5 knight. So here, Sherwin continue with knight c to e7. The best here would be h6, kicking away the knight. Even if knight goes to knight to f6, queen can go to queen to d4 square, and this will eliminate the threat of bishop to f4. And however, Sherwin play knight c to e7, and then queen to c2 has invasion, attacking the h7 pawn, and knight to g6, blocking the attack, double attack to the h7 pawn. Best here would be to play f5. I mean not f5. If Sherwin play f5, then Fischer has queen to e2, and here we can see that the knight, the rook, and the queen is attacking this pawn, and this will surely fall. And if, however, g6 was played, black will have a better surviving chance because after knight to e4, let's say queen to c7, for example. The bishop comes to h6 and then queen to rook, and queen to d2 is actually quite delayed because taking advantage of black square weaknesses over here, and the queen will soon come to g5, and then knight can comes to f6, harassing the black king. And yep, queen to c2 and knight to g6, protecting, blocking the double attack. And here Fischer play h4, which is a very good attacking move. Sherwin play knight to f6. And however, here they have a very beautiful tactic. And here Fischer play the brilliant knight take f7. And what is the idea over here? If king take on h7, and then bishop to f4 is very strong because the knight is pinned and the bishop can come here. The knight cannot take the bishop. And right now there is keeper over this file, and yep, and there is only one move that can be played, which is knight takes on h7. However, now h5, kicking away the knight from defending f4 pawn. So knight come forward, knight to h4, and now bishop to f4. The long waiting tactic. Here, Sherwin replies with queen to d8, protecting the knight. Not really protecting, but Fischer cannot take on rook because if bishop take on rook, and black can win immediately. Knight takes on g2, king takes on g2, bishop to b7 check, and this open up the attack on white black square bishop. And after white blocks, queen takes b, and here we see that there is enough compensation. The bishop and knight for one rook, taking on the rook here. Fischer play g take on knight h4, and now rook to b7, offering the rook and bishop. So can Fischer takes the rook? The answer is no, because if he takes on the rook, and then bishop takes on bishop, and suddenly black is on the attack. You see that can attack come here, and after bringing the knight here and here, actually the white king is very open and black king is still intact. It's safe and sound. So bishop to, so it doesn't want to take that one. So h6 instead. A beautiful tactic over here. So Sherwin here was low on time, so he took on queen to h4, which is not the best move. The best move here would be g6, just closing up the position, and then h5. Even g6 is not enough, so g5 over here, kicking away the bishop, and then bishop to e5. Still very strong. Still white has the upper hand over here. However, it is better than playing queen to h4, and then takes g7. A beautiful tactic. The king takes on g7. Is not the best move. Black surviving chance can be increased, or can still save the game if rooks to d8. If rook to d8, then there is still white has the advantage, but the advantage is lower. So bishop to g3, kicking away the queen, then queen to e2. Still, it is still playable for black, or also it can be tempting to text on the undefined bishop, but if queen stacks on that bishop and it's actually white who is winning, because now queen takes on h7 checks, king takes queen, and now promoting with queen. Now white is up a whole rook, which is completely winning. Not really completely winning, but it's a higher winning rate, as this is also attacking the rook and the queen also attacks the bishop. So we return back, and here Sherwin play king takes g7, which is not a good move, and a rook to e4, threatening to discover attack the queen whenever the bishop move anywhere. Maybe check here, check here, check here. So Sherwin play queen to h5, retreating, and now one more beautiful maneuver by Fischer. Rook to e3, threatening to check over here, but also to come to h3 to harass the queen. So f5, which is why Sherwin lost this game. h5 is a very bad move because after h5 is played, it blocked the defense of the queen to the e5 square. So it's really not a good move. So h5, maybe he plays h5 so that the queen can run away. And yep, the queen could run away after rook to h3, and now queen retreat to e8. And now the square bishop to b5 check, knight to f6 blocking, and quiet move, queen to d4 threatening to come to g5 and h6 check. And to avoid coming to h6 with check, Sherwin play king to f7, but that is also not enough. Now queens come to g5, attacking the knight twice. Queen to e7, so better would be king to e7. If king to e7, the check over here, and the rook can come and the king can escape, but it also attack the rook over here, which will definitely Fischer will convert it into a winning endgame. So queen to e7, providing an escape route for the king. And now bishop takes on f6, queen takes on f6, and rook to h7 check. So the king has to move. King to e8. Now queen takes on f6, and rook take on h6. And the engine here recommends knight, actually knight rook to takes on f6, because this will last the game longer. But if rook takes on f6, then Fischer has in mind bishop takes on b7, and after bishop takes b7, rook takes on b7, and white is up a whole rook. Here queen takes on f6, rook takes on f6, and Fischer finishes with style with his favorite piece in chess, which is the white square bishop in check. Here Sherwin resigned the game because there is nothing for him to do. He could block, but then queen can come here, check, check, and attack the rook over here, and also attack, threatening to check over the b. Let's say, for example, black plays rook to f7. Now, king, queen to here, queen to h, queen to b8, and bringing another piece into the game. And this will definitely, slowly but surely, will win the game. And that is how it happens. Even though Sherwin has made a small mistake in opening and tried to consolidate in the middle game, but Fischer is way too powerful in the middle game, where he did not miss any tactic, and subsequently he wins the game because of Sherwin missed a very critical defense resources. So that is it for our first game analysis. Next, we will cover Fischer versus Larsen. So that's all for today. Stay tuned and study chess.